Hey y'all, I'm Elisa, the Scrappy Wife behind ScrappyWife.com, and today, for What's New Wednesday, I just received a brand new journaling Bible that I thought we could check out together. Let's go! All right, so let's take a look at this spiral Bible. Now, the company reached out to me. They did send me this product for review. I always like taking a look at new journaling Bibles, and I like that some of these are at different price points, and so I think this is perhaps a good option for some of us. So you can see it is coil bound. You have the spiral bound. That way, when you open it up, it lays completely flat, which is wonderful. It makes it really easy to read and to take notes. Let's see. It comes in two sets. So this is the New Testament, and then you can also buy the Old Testament. I like that because it's not quite as thick, if that makes sense. So it's a little easier to carry around, but you would have to buy the two separate sets if you wanted to do the full version. So it is a clear plastic coil, looks pretty durable, a little bendy. The cover. So this is one part that maybe I think is not my favorite. The front cover is like a basic notebook cover like you would buy for school. This is meant to be like a note-taking Bible. This is not necessarily going to hold up to a ton of different mixed media and things like that. This cover feels very much like your typical spiral notebook cover, just kind of a thin cardboard. And on the back, again, you just have a piece of cardboard. So it's not quite like super pretty. However, you could come through, you could decorate it. I would probably recover this. They have a variety of cover options. And then the other thing that I really like about this is that it does come in two different versions. So you have the American Standard Version, and then you also have the King James Version. And I know that people like different translations, and so it's nice that it comes in a couple of different ones, which is different from the Illustrating Bible. The other spiral bound Bible that I normally work with is only comes in one version. So it's nice that there's a couple of different ones. So here you open up, you have your cover. Again, I would probably recover this. They have a variety of cover options. You can tell it's kind of designed to look like a composition type notebook. That's how it's set up. And it's really easy to take around with you. It's 8.5 by 11, so full standard size pages. You open it up, you have your opening page here, and then this kind of explains the thought behind this spiral bound Bible and the kind of look into it, I guess. And then it just jumps straight into it. So you have a notes page right here and you get straight into Matthew. Like I said, this one is just the New Testament. So you can buy the Old Testament separately. But like I kind of like that because I feel like it's lighter and easier to use. As you're going through, so all of the text is going to be outlined in this little box, and then you have notes and lines on the side. I think this is really great, especially if you are just beginning in Bible journaling. It makes it a little bit easier to just kind of keep what you want to journal in the margins here, and then you can kind of work around the lines. You can add stickers and you can draw. Like I said, it's kind of thin paper. It's kind of your basic notebook paper, so it's not going to hold up to a ton of mixed media. Could you watercolor in this? I think you could. I think you would start to have some shadowing. So just think of it as like your typical notebook paper in that fashion. So as you get through Matthew, see how it goes just straight into the next one. I would probably want to add tabs just to be able to find what I was looking for, to find all of the different books really easily. But I mean, it's very simple. It starts each line over here on the side. So it's kind of, all of the numbers are on the side. So it's formatted a little bit different when you're looking through. It's not read like a paragraph. All of the lines are over here on the side right there. All right, as you come to the end of the book of Revelation, you have a couple of note pages here at the back. I thought we could use this as a pen test to see how it handles some different pens. So I'm going to grab a few. Let's see how they do. All right, so I grabbed a few of my favorite pens. Let's kind of just jump in. So these are the Papermate Ink Joy. And let's see how they write on here. This pen feels like it's running out. Papermate, ink, joy. There it is in the black. A little bit of shadowing and kind of an imprint. Let's try some of the colors. You have pink. That black one is running out. And then we have orange. We'll just see how the colors handle purple. I love using colored pens when I'm note taking, so I think that this, and then red. Let's see how they did over here. So you can see it's a little bit of shadowing, and I can definitely like feel the imprint, mostly because I was writing on the cardboard, but something to consider. Let's try a few more. So we have the Micron pen. I use this all the time in Bible journaling. So let's check out how that one does. It's a little bit of a softer tip. Here we go. Did not bleed through at all. So Micron, that is a check for sure. The lettering pen I love. This is my favorite Tombow lettering pen. Let's see how this one does. If you wanted to add some hand lettered titles, bringing out different words. Hand lettering is a great way to kind of start into faith journaling. Definitely shadowing, did not bleed through, but did have shadowing. So that is something to consider. Let's try some more Tombows because I know a lot of people like those. We have the gray, and then I did pick some lighter colors. Let's do the lighter gray up here. Some blue, kind of periwinkle color, and then a light lavender. Let's see how those did. Obviously, more saturated colors. Those did really well. They did not bleed. The dark gray, that's the darkest. You have some shadowing, but the other ones you don't have too much shadowing. So that's actually really nice. The Tombows are great for highlighting. And then speaking of highlighting, I know a lot of people love, oh, I wanted to try the black Tombow. Let's see. I'm sure it's going to shadow a lot. Kind of like this one, but let's see how it did. Oh, it did pretty well. All right. It has some shadowing. Not too bad, though. So these pages, like I said, I don't know how well they're going to end up taking a bunch of ink, but if you are someone that likes stickers, you like putting the paper ephemera down, you like taking notes and not using all of the different inks and things like that, this might be a really good option for you. Let's try some of these mild liners. Obviously something that we all like to use for highlighting in the text. I kind of like to use both ends just to see how it does. Let's try some pink. Mild liners are so pretty. Look at that. And let's try some blue. All right, flipping over. And again, it didn't bleed through. Did it shadow? Yes. Yes, it does shadow. This is advertised as the Word of God for note takers. So this is meant to be a note-taking Bible, not necessarily a art journaling Bible, which is kind of more the realm that I work in, but a note-taking Bible. So I think it's probably a good mix, a good we all have Bibles that we love. Really nice Bibles, family Bibles, Bibles we've been given that maybe we don't like to write in all the time. We might like to read from, we don't like to write in. This is a good one for digging into a study, writing notes, underlining, circling, drawing little circles and pointing arrows and all of that. This would be a great one for like a deep study into whatever it is you're studying. It can hold up to stickers and things like that. Washi tape would be perfect in a Bible like this. The fact that it's spiral bound, you can add things in, meaning adding those stickers and paper pieces and stuff to your pages, and it's going to grow with you. You have a little bit of room to grow, which is awesome. It's not going to hold up to some of the paints and the inks and things like that. So consider that. But when I first started Bible journaling, the things I used the most were colored pencils, and that would be great in a Bible like this, where you could study, you could underline, you could take notes, and you could draw a few things. You could practice some hand lettering. You could do things like that in the pages of this particular Bible. And I think you'd be really pleased with being able to take it around. The price point, I believe it's listed around $45. So it's going to be a little bit more affordable than the spiral bound Bible, but keep in mind that it is only one of the testaments. So you would get the New Testament or the Old Testament. So you might pick one up depending on what you're planning to study in this particular season of life. So maybe you're planning on doing some really in-depth studies in the prophets. Well, that would mean you'd want to pick up the Old Testament, or maybe you're going to dig into the Gospels, and that would be the New Testament. So you could just pick it up based on where you're planning to kind of dig in this next season. All right, so this is a Bible that's made in the USA, and they offer free shipping, which is another huge plus. So all free shipping. They only ship in the United States as of right now, I believe. So that's important to note if you're checking them out. This is really like a workhorse kind of Bible, I feel like. I know sometimes we have trouble marking up or getting into our Bibles and doing some of the note-taking and art and things like that. I feel like this one was designed for that. It's designed to be marked up, to be worked in. It's almost like a Bible workbook in that way. So I think it kind of serves that middle ground purpose between maybe your really nice keepsake Bible and your art journaling Bible. This is like the middle ground that could be really helpful to take a look at. The other cool thing is that they have this guarantee that the spiral binding will not break. And so I think that's a pretty cool guarantee. I mean, it feels really strong. It's, a little bit flexible, which is important, because if it were inflexible, it would probably break pretty fast. So it's a little bit flexible. It seems really strong. And I think it's a great version. So I wanted to share this with you. They reached out. It's always fun to check out some new products and see what we can use in studies, in art, faith journaling, that type of thing. And I think that this one is a nice kind of middle ground Bible for those purposes. The other thing I think this would be really great for is if you are doing a Bible reading plan where you're reading through the Bible in a year, 3 years, whatever it is. This is kind of awesome because you could keep your notes right here in the Bible, all in one place as you read through the different sections. And I think that would be such a cool thing to have at the end of the year, to have your Bible like all filled up with all of these different notes. That would be pretty cool. And you could, color code the notes. And I get all nerded out when I think of all the color coding and the washi and the different things that you could use. So that's something to consider also. I think it would be cool for a project just like that. All right, I do have this linked in the description box below. Heads up, that is an affiliate link. Thank you to Spiral Bible for sending me this for review. I would love to hear what you all think. So leave a comment down below and let me know what you think of this kind of new journaling Bible option that is out there. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Consider hitting that subscribe button as well as the bell notification button. And I hope that you all have a fabulous day. And as always, keep it creative.